Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the NoDQ.com live recap of Friday Night Smackdown for July the 30th, 2021. We are now just about 3 weeks away from Summerslam. We're also 3 weeks away from AEW Rampage in Chicago at the United Center. Almost a sold out crowd already. Big numbers for AEW, but we'll talk about AEW on the next Dynamite recap. Let's get to SmackDown. Matt Helms sent in a $5 super chat already with a "Your Number One" sticker. I appreciate that. TJS with a $2 super chat. Thank you, TJS. Says, rematch after rematch. Still Thunderdome, but with people. All right, let's get to it. We started SmackDown with John Cena. It is, after all, the summer of Cena. He said that his music does not sound as good as a Paul Heyman remix. Of course, a reference to last week when Heyman started mocking Cena's theme song. We had a recap shown of last week, and Cena, right off the bat, brought up Roman Reigns' missionary position line, said that if you can find somebody who keeps missionary interesting 2 decades later, keep that person around. Don't let go of them. Nice little comeback from Cena. And he talked about the situation with Finn Balor getting the contract opportunity. Says it's good for Balor, but Reigns still absolutely sucks. And Reigns asking Cena to change and not be the same guy would be like asking Steve Austin to come back as Sasquatch Steve Houston and asking The Rock to come back as Too Small Johnson. This was the lame Cena comedy that we all have come to love over the years. But hey, it works with the live crowd, so more power to Cena. He's entertaining enough to make it work. I mean, if Drew McIntyre or the old Roman Reigns tried to use these lines, it would not be a pretty sight. John Cena can make it work, to his credit. And the crowd was hot for this show. I'll say that right off the bat. Michael Wayne pointed it out. And it was definitely a highlight, was the Minneapolis crowd. They brought their A game and they were energetic for the whole show. It definitely brought up the show because I think there were some issues with this SmackDown, but the fun crowd made it an easy watch. Hats off to Minneapolis for bringing the energy. Anyways, back to Cena's promo. He said that Reigns changed because the people stopped caring about him. Cena said that Reigns doesn't believe in himself, said that Reigns is just a lazy stooge named John. Ouch. And then Cena said that Reigns is scared to fight him because Reigns is afraid of how Cena will make him look. We then had Baron Corbin arrive. Poor Corbin, he's still in his white shirt with the stain. And Corbin, he was asking Cena for help. Cena was like, oh snap, is that Baron Corbin? Cena said Corbin looks horrible. And Corbin talked about how a certain body part is not working well. He cannot perform, not even missionary position. He didn't say that, but I'm assuming. And his wife left him. He needs help. Cena asked the fans if he should help Corbin. The crowd was mixed. Cena decided to help him out, gave him like a $10 bill or something. And Corbin was offended by this. He was expecting more. He said maybe Cena could vouch for him, give him a movie role as a stunt double. Cena was not really going for this, so Corbin called Cena a tightwad, a Hollywood sellout, and then Cena was like, he'll give Corbin the help that Corbin needs. And that's an attitude adjustment. And sure enough, Cena picked him up, dropped him down, and took his money back. So no money for Baron Corbin for being a douche. Alberto Gomez with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Alberto. Says, Cena knows how to always control a crowd. Definitely. My only negative about this segment is it went really long, but I guess when you're getting John Cena for a limited time, you got to milk that for all it's worth. I mean, this was probably a good 20 minutes of Cena talking, or close to it. It definitely felt like 20 minutes. Caleb with a $2.75 super chat. Thank you, Caleb. Says, suffering succotash. A throwback to the old Roman Reigns promos from 2015 that pretty much got everybody except for the female audience to hate the guy with a passion. And no, Marshall, I do not see John Cena, and I definitely do not see him ever turning heel. I think that ship sailed a long time ago. We had Rey Mysterio backstage with his son Dominik, saying that Dominik has been making some rookie mistakes. And he told Dominik to watch what he does in a match with Jimmy Uso. We had this match. Hot start for Rey, but then Jimmy got the upper hand. Pretty standard match. Rey made a comeback. Rey went for the 619, but Jay saved Jimmy. And then Rey hit a corkscrew plancha to both guys. Went for the 619 again, but this time Jay took the bullet. And Jimmy caught Rey, was going to go for the Samoan drop, but Rey countered into a backslide pin. And Dominik took a page out of the Usos playbook for Money in the Bank, and he pushed his feet into Rey's back, so Rey had the leverage, and Rey scored the pinfall victory over Jimmy. It's the usual booking pattern. You know, they do the one-on-one match, and the challengers pick up a win to set up a rematch, and you guys knew this was going to happen. Probably at SummerSlam, another Mysterios versus Usos tag team title match. I mean, standard stuff here. You know, nothing special or anything out of the ordinary, that's for sure. But I do like how the Mysterios use the Usos' dirty tactic to win. So that was kind of cute. I liked that, I suppose. Darren says, do you see Dominik ever going heel? Well, Rey pretty much shot that down, but of course he could be working everybody and, you know, just trying to get it out of people's minds. So when it does happen, it's a surprise. Who knows? I mean, it's certainly a possibility. We had Bianca Belair interviewed in the ring with Kayla Braxton to celebrate 100 days as women's champion. She talked about her accomplishments. Carmella interrupted, saying she channeled Christian. She said she wants one more match. Zelina Vega interrupted, told Carmella to slow her roll, and Zelina challenged Bianca to a match. Bianca accepted. You know, she's like the rest of us. She wants to see some different matchups on WWE television. Carmella, though, jumped Bianca, and it was a 2-on-1 attack. So I kind of would say stupid babyface for Bianca turning her back to Carmella. And we had the return. We had the return of Sasha Banks, who has not been seen since right after WrestleMania. Her last match was at WrestleMania when she dropped the title to Bianca. She came to the ring, cleaned house, saved Bianca, and then hugged her. All was right in the world. Sasha is smiling. She's so happy now. And Bianca was happy to have Sasha as a friend. And at this point, I think we all know where this is going. We all know that this is not going to last. And they announced in the main event, it would be a tag team match because that's how WWE does things. And I think we all could see where this was going. We had, speaking of things I did not see coming on this show, we had a Reginald promo. Apparently the 24/7 champion can be on either show. They might have made a ruling 2 years ago and I just flat out forgot about it. But Reginald cut a promo. He wants to be known as Reggie now. So he is Reggie. And he had a match with Chad Gable for the 24/7 title. And Otis was there. Otis attacked Reggie before the bell rang. We had a match. Reggie made a comeback, was about to win. Otis came in for a DQ because in a regular 24/7 title match, there are DQs. Go figure. And then Otis tossed Reggie over the top. Reggie did a little somersault when he landed and he made his escape. It was basically a waste of time. Like, it served no purpose. I guess Vince is high on Reginald right now and wanted him on both shows, damn it, because he's some good shit. Otherwise, there was really no point in this. It advanced no storyline. Reginald's on Raw, really, for the most part, and didn't do anything for Otis and Gable. So, yeah, just kind of a waste of TV time. We had Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville in the ring for a contract signing. You know what this means? Letter grade down. And I'm a big fan of SmackDown, but, I mean, I guess their attitude is, well, we got fans again, so it's fresh. We haven't had a contract signing with fans in the building in a year and a half, so we got to do it again. It was for Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor, and Reigns sat at the head of the table like he's done for like the last 6 contract signings that we've had, and I felt so bad. Finn Balor was kind of in a bad spot here because the crowd was chanting for Cena, and Reigns started off this segment by saying, "We've already seen Mr. Missionary tonight." Good line there from Reigns. And Reigns said that he does think Finn is worthy. However, Finn will fall like the rest of them. Reigns said he's going to smash Finn, he's going to stack him, and he's going to send him right back to NXT. Ouch. That was brutal. Little knock on NXT there. Nice heel heat because you got all the NXT fans that are going to be fuming about that one. Reigns signed the contract, and Finn said he'll be happy to go back to NXT with the Universal Championship, but right before he could sign, Finn Balor was attacked by Baron Corbin. Corbin grabbed the contract, was going to sign it himself, but then Cena ran down, attacked Corbin, and then Cena grabbed the contract and signed it. And apparently, that is legal in the world of WWE. John Cena is officially facing Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, which everybody expected. It was kind of a silly way to get to this match, but I suppose it protects Finn Balor, and Balor can get his match after SummerSlam, but it kind of makes him look like a chump. Like, Finn Balor should be, no, my name is on the contract, we're going to do a triple threat match or something, but I don't think they're going to do that, nor do I think they should. I mean, it should be Cena versus Reigns, but yeah, I think they could have gone about this a different way. Like, I would not have minded the Balor versus Reigns match with Balor winning against Reigns due to Cena's interference, and Reigns is pissed off and he gives Cena his match, and then Balor can lay claim for a future match. Like, I think there are other ways they could have gone to this point, but yeah, Cena is in the match, and it's goofy, but hey, at least Balor didn't lose to Reigns on SmackDown, and then they set up Balor in September after he already lost to Reigns. So I guess that's a positive way to look at it. And on next week's show, we're going to have Corbin versus Balor in a match. Maud W says Balor versus Corbin, the great rematch from SummerSlam 2018. Marquez Live says creative messed that one up. Why do all of that just to get to Cena versus Reigns? I think they just needed to stall for time until SummerSlam and throw a little curveball at everybody, even though I think most of us knew that this was going to end up with it being Reigns versus Cena anyways. And now Cena officially going for that 17th world title. Will he get it? I guess that remains to be seen. And I agree with Charles Coleman. Corbin's bum gimmick is funny. I do like it. Alberto Gomez with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Alberto. Says, John Cena's name was already signed on the contract. You couldn't see it. Cena versus Reigns is going to be awesome storyline-wise. Take my money. Yeah, it's going to be a fun match. You know the crowd's going to be hot for it in Las Vegas. They were hot in Minneapolis. So, yeah, it's the match to go with. And Balor can get his match at some point. I just thought it kind of made him look like a second-rate wrestler who, you know, the crowd didn't even want to see him fight Reigns. They wanted to see Cena with the Cena chants, and then Corbin takes out Balor, and Cena just comes right in and takes the spot. And by the way, kind of a dick move by John Cena to not hand the contract back over to Balor and say, you know what, champ, you go for this. You're the future. I don't need to steal the spotlight. But he goes ahead and takes it anyway. Although I say sort of being a dick because it was Cena's challenge in the first place, although Cena's coming in and just demanding title matches. So you see how it goes? Like, it's just kind of a mess, but you just go with it. Whatever. Paul Heyman was complaining backstage, but Pearce said he sees signatures and that's all he needs. It's good enough for him. We had a 6-man tag team match, which was set up last week, and they did do it in a dark match segment while the Rolling Loud matches were airing on SmackDown. We had Big E, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura with Rick Boogs versus Apollo, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode. Pretty standard 6-man tag team match here. You had everybody getting in the ring, hitting their big moves. Apollo went to the top. He was going to try to finish off Shin, but then Boogs started playing the guitar. General Aziz took out Boogs, excuse me, Boogs. Apollo jumped off the top, missed with the splash, and Nakamura hit the Kinshasa to pick up the victory. And once again, another loss for the Intercontinental Champion, getting pinned once again. But hey, that's standard WWE, right? We had Edge making his entrance, and he's yelling out, "Give it to me," to the WWE fans in Minneapolis. We had a commercial break, and when we came back, Seth Rollins was in the ring. We had a rare angle taking place during the commercial break. Rollins attacked Edge, hit him in the head with a camera, and then Rollins showed a recap video of what happened leading up to this moment. He started to cut a promo, and the crowd was chanting, "We want Becky." They really do want Becky, but we still haven't seen her, and who knows if we're even going to see her until after SummerSlam. Rollins said if he cannot be Universal Champion, neither can Edge. And the plot thickens now for Edge versus Rollins at SummerSlam. We had our main event of the evening. Bianca Belair teaming up with Sasha Banks against Carmella and Zelina Vega. Bianca and Sasha all smiles, all happy-go-lucky, so you knew where this was going, like I said. Bianca and Sasha were working well together. Bianca took Sasha and threw her onto Carmella and Zelina, but then the bad gals got the upper hand for a while. They worked over Bianca. Sasha got a hot tag, did the Three Amigos in tribute to Eddie Guerrero, hit the big frog splash. And how cool is it that Eddie Guerrero is getting love on both shows? We saw it on Dynamite. We see it on SmackDown. Eddie's always getting the love. Definitely an A-plus player. And Carmella broke up the pin, though. Carmella tagged in, and Bianca took out Zelina Vega. Sasha got the bank statement on Carmella. Carmella tapped out, giving Bianca and Sasha the win. And TJS with a nice super chat here, $3, says, Sasha paid homage to her childhood idol, The Big Show. Because what happened here, they were celebrating, all was right in the world, except there was a problem. We had about 4 minutes left, of SmackDown. 4 minutes left. Everything happened on the show. Reigns was out there. And yeah, I think even Stevie Wonder saw this one coming. Sasha Banks turned against Bianca Belair. And there were actually people in the crowd that were shocked about this, which surprises me. Because, like, how could they not see this coming? I guess if you're live in the arena and you don't know that there's 4 minutes left to the show, maybe you think that it's not going to happen. Who knows? But anyways, Sasha attacked Bianca. I don't know if you want to count this as a babyface turn or not. I mean, I think it was just her setting up Bianca, giving her a false sense of security. And yeah, there was a guy, Ryan pointed it out in the chat. There was a guy with his hands on his head, total shock. Maybe he was just trying to get on TV. He knows how to react to get the camera to focus on him. And Dr. NXT Scorpio says, does this count as stupid babyface syndrome? Yes, it does. Bianca should know better because Sasha has done stuff like this before. Sasha got the bank statement on, and Bianca actually tapped out to Sasha Banks to build up the heat and put over Sasha as this credible foe for the title. And that was how we ended up with SmackDown. Sasha Banks standing over Bianca Belair, holding up the SmackDown Women's Championship. So, I mean, TJS is like, I love rematches. I mean, we knew this was coming for SummerSlam. And Sasha Banks, she technically should get her rematch, right? She was the former champion. It does make sense, even though it is a rematch. And, you know, they spread it out. It's not like it happened 1 month after the pay-per-view. They saved it for SummerSlam. I'm fine with it. As far as the show goes, the crowd, like I said, they were awesome for this. They really brought it up. And because of that, I'm going to be generous. I think if the crowd was dead for this show, I'd probably go with a C. But I'm going to go with an actual B- for this because the fans really made it a fun show to watch. The fans made it better than it was. Like, if this was Thunderdome, definitely would have been a C. But I'm going with a B-. There were some issues. 2-hour show. It flowed pretty well, but, you know, it was a lot of the standard booking patterns that we see in WWE. Contract signing, the obvious turn. Promo gets turned into a tag team match. Pointless 24/7 title segment. Champions getting pinned in non-title matches, you know, the usual formula. But the fans made it better, and it was 2 hours, so I'm not going to complain too much. It was a perfectly fine show to watch, but don't expect any kind of surprises if you're going to go back and watch it. Michael Wayne and CC Drink and The Game Is On 100 give it a solid B, so there you go. Darren with a C-. Raymond also gives it a C-. Calvin Bowman and Wreck-It Beckett with a B-. So a little bit varied with the opinions of this show. Some people liked it. Some people thought it was okay. And I'm like, it was a decent show. So anyways, guys, that's all I got for SmackDown. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest news regarding AEW. We got Rampage coming up in Chicago. It's going to be a hot August. We got SummerSlam. We got NXT TakeOver. Samoa Joe getting back in the ring. Definitely a fun time to be a fan. A lot to look forward to in the month of August. Alberto Gomez sent in a $10 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Alberto. He says, let's not forget she's getting payback also for getting whipped with the long braids by Belair. But I hope Sasha Banks stays heel forever. That's just her role, and she's great being the villain. I agree with you, Alberto. I definitely think Bianca should be the babyface moving forward. Sasha is a great heel. Let her stay heel. No need to turn her back as a babyface anytime soon. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the SummerSlam rematch. Anyways, guys, take care. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. And I will see you all next time.